Okay, hi, I'm Peter, and I would like to introduce my idea. It is MindSpy. It is just an idea. So what is a motivation? Imagine you have ability to control some virtual embodiment, your virtual body, by your mind. Imagine that some service will be able to diagnose your health and cure you. Imagine that you will be able to modify quality of your speed or maybe of your life. Yes, that's actually not science fiction, but science, and we should apply it to real life. How? We should capture several kind of biosignals, like EEG or ECG. EEG is signal from brain activity. EOG is signal from eye activity, from eye movements, and there are several other signals that can be used for this purpose. Yes, but we should involve some artificial intelligence or some reasoning methods to recognize some features in these signals. And we should apply it to users. So let's build mobile applications connected to cloud services. We now have a database of signals. And we can support research because this is very important for researcher to have some population or some signals which he can analyze. And also for developers that would like to build their apps using our hardware. Yes, and by detection of anomalies, we can warn, for example, users, or we can cooperate with some medicines. So how should it work? For example, this is one example of use case that can be penetrated to a population or to users. It is a capturing of motor cortex or premotor cortex. This is part of brain where the movement starts. You just, before you move, there can be measured the signal of your movement, of your future movement. And the motor cortex is really nicely clustered. So from surface of your head, we can measure what likely you intend to do, with some uncertainty, of course. Other use cases may be some sleep phase detection, alarm clock. This is a very real example, alarm clock based on sleep stage. Actually, there are some apps for Android, maybe iPhone, that use gyroscope or accelerometer in your phone, but and detect how likely you sleep deep or less deep, and but the results are not so good as I heard. I didn't try them, but with some EEG device, it would be much better. The result would be much better. Detection of fatigue during work, it is very important maybe for drivers. Would you like to take away with driver that will be fatigue during his work? Yes, maybe analysis of anomalies is another use case. If you have some disorder, sleeping disorder, it should help you. Your doctor should be able to see your data during our through our services. So yes, as I said, a database of signals, and mobile web application is the way how to penetrate this to users. Yes, this will enhance ability to evaluate user data. Okay. So, what would be a technology behind this idea? It would be SDK, and of course some communication protocols, data formats. All of this is available open source, or some of this is available open source. We need to design it and put together. Of course, we need to design cloud services and some application store. We should design integration with smartphones or tablets and so. And of course, reuse what is available. For example, OpenEEG is hardware device, open design that can be used. OpenVibe is software for EEG devices and has some really smart algorithms implemented. Yes, and we need people who will use these technologies. So some researchers that will perform data mining and some signal processing. And developers who will build applications for users, for end users. And some hardware designers that will use this OpenEEG or similar projects and will design the real hardware that will be used. And now I would like to introduce some similar projects or some similar products. Or maybe this is not same as my idea. This device is very simple EEG device for $100. It has dry electrodes and maybe it is easy to use. This is a really advanced and cool device, but quite expensive. From $300 is a basic license. SDK for developers or researchers costs more than $500. And I think everything is open, so you do not have to pay $500 for that. It has some other advantages like gyro sensors and so on. This device is very simple, it's wired and quite expensive if we compare to the first one. $100 for that is really, really high price. Neurofocus is maybe something new that is described on some in some news, but I didn't see any eShop that will sell this device. Okay, so our platform will involve SDK, reuse open source libraries and open source projects. You will be able to develop your applications on top. We will make hardware for that. Some open source version already exists and is well documented. And how we would like to make money. So making hardware, enterprise access to our database, and maybe or mainly from applications built on top of this platform. So that's all. Any questions?
Okay, any questions? Right over there.
Přesně na čas.
May I? Okay.
Yes.
How many people do you have in your team? Because this is real hard stuff to do.
Yes.
So if you can say something.
Maybe you can be involved.
We're doing our own.
The team is forming. We are actually 2 persons, and for hardware stuff, I have external guy. So this idea came just a few weeks ago, so I didn't have time to build my team together.
Really good. I like it.
Yeah. So I would like you to be involved.
Hi. You mentioned connection to smartphones. Could you elaborate on that?
Maybe Bluetooth, or you mean a physical connection, or?
Well, what is the software connection, or how are the smartphones involved in the project?
Yes. So imagine that you have piece of hardware that do not have any buttons or displays or so. It have just Bluetooth connection. And in the smartphone, you will have application that will be able to read the data from the device, analyze it. And that application, for example, the alarm clock, should just read the information from the EEG device, and if you reach the stage that you are near to awake, so it starts to ring, for example. This is a very simple idea, and can be done very easily for low price. There are some products. For example, this alarm clock is done by some, I don't know how to say. So you have on your hand something like this, and it has some accelerometers, and will measure how you are moving during sleep. Yeah. But maybe it is not so precise. I do not know. I do not try that.
Okay, some more questions?
I would like to ask, what would you do with data you will get from your hardware device? You will have there some artificial intelligence or something that will evaluate what's wrong, or if something is wrong, or you will send it to some doctors who will check you, or how you will solve this?
Maybe both, because some of the tasks should not be done by computer scientists that will program the artificial intelligence, but it needs to involve some cooperations with some authorities from medical world.
Okay, last question, please. If you have no question, pretty lazy audience.
Okay, so I'll take the last question.
Okay.
So I'd like to ask whether you're offering, or do you plan to sell a platform, or do you plan to sell an application? Because what you shown is a very, very broad plan, and you mentioned lots of ideas, and you know, I'd like to see what is the first offering, or what is the direction you'd like to start.
Yes, the platform, most of parts of the platform are available for free. So I do not think that platform should be sold, but the applications built on top of this platform should be sold through some app store or something like that. And hardware as well is the real value, but I do not know if it will be working horse of this project.
So what is the first application? What it is going to be good for, or what kind of a problem are you going to solve?
Yes, I would like to start with something simple, like some proof of concept, and I had to design. At first, we have to design whole platform, how it will look like, but of course, we need to have some working proof of concept that these ideas, some of the ideas is working. So after that, we start to develop develop application. For example, this alarm clock. It is very simple and maybe stupid, but it could be maybe sold. And because maybe you can
ask the audience who wants to sleep with the electrodes on their heads.
I think it will be just like
I know,
very
like
simple, but and maybe you know the device Nekomimi. It is maybe something stupid, like you have
this is precisely what is good on this application. It is stupid. Therefore, they would sell it.
Yes. So
anyway, thank you.
Okay.